Pragmata released about a week ago, as of recording, and has already sold well over 1 million copies, with little signs of slowing down. With its fresh take on the third-person shooter genre, and its captivating narrative, it's easy to see why it's become such an instant success. This is my playthrough and reaction of the final couple hours of the game. I believe I am near the end of Pragmata here. I'd be surprised if there was any longer than an hour to 2 hours left. Yeah, this mod looked pretty decent. You know, increasing damage but reducing health. I mean, not necessarily a risk that I'm wanting to take this time around. But if I was more experienced, then I would probably be more privy to using that. So I believe the last thing I did before hopping off last time was clearing this. There was a blockage here, and it's seeming like the game's gonna wrap up pretty soon. I think this has been a beautiful little game. Another checkpoint, wow. Yeah, this game has been really good. It hasn't been that long, but I don't mind that. I actually like shorter games. Oh, there is a bonus room here. I actually don't mind shorter games. They tend to be of higher quality. Oh my goodness. A lot of enemies in this one. I have to use an overdrive. Yeah, the overdrives are very helpful. I would even say necessary at this point in the game, where they seem to just be piling 20 enemies on you. Oh my god, dude. I don't know what it is, but like with the charge piercer, I always miss my shots. Photon laser. Very good one. It's very easy to micromanage hacking and shooting with the photon laser. I do actually want to increase game volume a bit, because I remember my last video was a bit quiet. And it's something that you just gotta go through a bit of trial and error with that one. Like, this isn't a live stream, so I don't have viewers to just like ask if the audio's good. Yeah, the thing is with those quick takedowns, is they only seem to give them to you when the enemy's about to die anyway. Like this guy with fuck all HP has a takedown. It would be good if they had like a small chance of appearing at like any HP level. Then you've got like a small chance of just getting an ultra quick kill. But I still haven't died since the first boss of the game. We've gone pretty much the entire game without a death. It hasn't felt easy, but it isn't so hard that I ever end up dying. And that might be like perfect game balancing, where it's like it feels challenging, but you're not having to repeat the content over and over. Might be a sign of perfect game balance. Alright, well that wasn't so bad. That was, you know, a decent little combat encounter. So this door did lock behind me. Unless we came from this direction. I think we did, actually. I will go and heal up and get my heals back, and then we'll make some actual progress towards completing this game. Yeah, in terms of blue weapons, I think the impact barrier is like very obviously better than the decoy generator. The decoy generator doesn't seem to be like 100% consistent. I believe that enemies still try shooting me, even with that decoy. But you know, with the impact barrier, it's just like, you know for certain that nothing's getting through that. So we came from here, unless we actually came from here. This was the combat encounter. I'm actually a little bit lost. All the doors look the same. Here we go, doing one of these again. So I believe this makes the third time that they've done this like 5 locks sort of situation. Not a bad way of forcing exploration, if not a little generic. But you could argue, like, you know, what are you expecting? What are you expecting, man? Like, they kind of have to do like locked doors and all this sort of nonsense. Like, it's just sort of a part of the game. The cleansing actually does, it adds complexity to the combat for sure. It also makes the combat encounters take a lot longer, in my opinion. So were all 5 of these locks just in this one room? Because I found 3 just in here. And I'll go check over here. Yeah, I haven't been in here. Yeah, so there are like trophies for dealing like I believe it's 3,000 damage in a single hack. How? That's my question, like, how have people done this? It's like a 30% trophy as well, which means that like 1 in 3 players have done a 3,000 damage hack. And there was also one for like 6,000 damage in one shot. So you would assume that would be like a charge piercer, maxed out. But again, that was like a 20% trophy. And I don't think that, I mean maybe 20% of players have maxed it out. Either way, I still have zero clue how people are getting the damage that bloody high. Maybe I missed like one of the most OP mods in the game that like multiplies all damage by 3 with like no drawback. Yeah, I believe beating the game does unlock a higher difficulty. I am pondering potentially doing that second run and really seeing like what this combat system can do. Hopefully, you know, you can do like a New Game Plus sort of situation where you can keep all of your mods and all of your upgrades and all that.
Hey, Diana, think you can cleanse infected humans?
No. Once their cells get eaten away, they're gonna be good.
Yeah, wow. So earlier on, Hugh did get infected, I believe, when he got struck with like, I don't know, some infection or whatever. Maybe they're gonna kill him off at the end. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. Because, I mean, it's seeming pretty hopeless, so that's at the very least what they're wanting to convey at this point. This game does seem to have that sort of deliberate feeling writing style that The Last of Us had, where when Joel got incapacitated in that game, you could very clearly see like the narrative purpose of that. I don't know, I mean, I just feel like this sort of situation that's going on here has that same feeling of deliberation that that moment had. Oh, how did I not dodge that? Crazy. So there's still 2 more terminals for this door over here. One of them's literally right here. Oh, there it is. Alright, what do we have in here? Another REM. Alright, that door is now open. Progress will now be made. And ideally, we're entering like the final sequence or something like that. Because we've been heading towards this orbital elevator for quite a while. You know, the sequence has to end at some point. It's been quite a long build-up, filled with a lot of combat encounters, a lot of level design. Now it might finally be coming to an end. I do have the sandcastle to give you. Yeah, these training sims look pretty brutal as well. Some of these. I would love another heal. I'll always take that. We also do have a mod here. Target weakness. Okay, that looks pretty good. So, I don't exactly know whether the game like gets rid of your save file after you beat it. So I might make a backup save here to come back to. You know, if I want to go back and get all the collectibles and do all the training sims and all that. Alright man, let's see if there's anything left to the sequence here. I mean, this seems to be it, right? This is the orbital elevator. Oh shit. Well, this guy's in cleansing too easily. Hang on, we fought this guy earlier during the repairing Diana sequence. Like, how does I miss? Literally pointed at him.
What the heck's it trying to pull?
Gathering corruption. What the hell? Oh, let's cleanse the bastard. Ooh, big hit. Oh, well, let's grab that weapon. Homing missiles. I don't really like the homing missiles. They're not that good. Ugh. Didn't reach. Get off cooldown. Oh my god, okay. There we go. Oh, we have to land 2. While he's confused. Oh yep, perfect time to miss another cleanse. And then wait 20 years for cooldown. There we go, now we got him. Sentinel Breach. Got him. Well, what now? I'll go through here. Oh, that's where I came from. We'll keep going forward. Well, I only have 2 heals, but we'll be alright. So yeah, this is looking like the end. Let's see how this wraps up. So yeah, we do kind of seem like we're just sort of going through just a lot of random encounters until the game finally decides that the story can go to the next step. Alright, what do we have here? So we're locked into this room. This area does have a bit of verticality going on, which is good. It's good when games experiment with some verticality. There's nothing worse than just, you know, a flat battle area. Not that the verticality here is really being used for all that much. It's just kind of, you know, we defeated some enemies down here, and now we're going to defeat some up here. I do like that this game has had a pretty flexible moveset. You know, you can jump, you can hover, you can dash. There's some stuff going on. Alright, that should be it for this encounter. Yeah, the confuse hacks are pretty good. Honestly, all of the hack modifiers really help out. So the gate has been sealed behind us because we've got whatever this is. I don't know, it's been a while since I last played. So I've been dealing with sickness. You're very hard to work in here. A very narrow arena where we can't really get much distance from these enemies. So I think a double jump would have been really cool in this as well. Would have been cool if I had like kind of a Metroidvania style situation where you would like unlock new moves as we went. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna die here. I hate to say it, but this feels very bullshit. Yeah, please just kill this large enemy. Oh, is there another one? Oh yeah. There we go. I wonder if that like really high difficulty that you unlock for beating the game, I wonder if that is like permadeath as well as being challenging. Because there are some games that operate under that sort of situation. I'm really hoping that there's a checkpoint coming up because I have no heals left. Sort of looking around every nook and cranny here and not really finding much. I'm guessing that we're supposed to just be heading forward. Oh yeah, I guess there's something over here. And there is a checkpoint as well, so we're doing pretty good. Escape Artist. So that's every checkpoint in the game. Meaning, this is the last checkpoint. We should be coming up on the final boss. So presumably this will be my final upgrade for this run. I mean, we gotta go with just more HP and defense. It's pretty hard not to go for that. In terms of guns, shockwave gun's pretty good to upgrade. And I guess we'll go with the Dacis Net. Alright, this is a boss room if I've ever seen one. Here we go. Ah, shit. Some amalgamation of robots. Is it? I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at here. Okay. Alright, what do we do against this thing? Alright, we definitely need a cleanse. Oh, come on, man. I missed the cleanse. That is wild. Oh. Cooking. Wow, I've just absolutely smoked this thing. I mean, that can't be it. There must be a second phase. Getting close where? Where is it? It's still up here. Oh my goodness. Let's go with that. The grid is just bloody huge. Is that it? massive overdrive. Is that really it? I'm half expecting a second phase. So we're gonna actually see them go to Earth. So I was thinking, like, if we could actually have a scene that takes place on Earth, that would be pretty cool. I don't know, I mean, unless something goes wrong right at the end, that'd be crazy. Yeah, man, that was a good boss. I mean, it wasn't, like, brutally challenging. Like, I did first try, but this is not supposed to be a challenging game. It's supposed to just be sort of like an action-adventure sort of situation. Man, is Hugh gonna actually die? What a way to end it, man. Alright, maybe that wasn't the final boss.
Look, the death element is back.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what this is.
It's out of control. We can't leave it like this.
Or is this just gonna be like an escape? What the hell, man? This is the final boss, then. Bit of a set piece sort of ending. Oh, okay.
You ready yet?
Here we go, shoot. Nice. Good to have, like, the end of the game sort of use the hacking mechanic. You know, that was sort of the unique thing that this game brought to the table. It's good to sort of wrap things up using that mechanic. Holy shit, that seems like a close one. What is going on here?
Initiate! I did it, you!
Who needs gun? Okay, so that's why that's such a high percentage trophy. Because you kinda can't miss it. Now, is that the way out? Just destroyed?
Here we go!
Nice, man.
That should do it. Diana! You still with us?
Yeah. Just put a bit too much into it there. But I'm fine now.
Once we're back on Earth, you can walk for yourself.
Hey, I can walk.
You sure?
I do it all the time. Here, look. I'm walking perfectly fine.
You'll be back on me in no time.
That's not true.
Hang on, this seems kinda off. Is she gonna do something silly?
I'll do whatever it takes to get you back to Earth. No matter what.
Ew! There's a cargo ship!
Really?
Can we go to Earth in that?
Yeah. Might just pull this off. Cargo shuttle. It is what it is. Tight fit. But it'll do.
What about you?
Explosions messed everything up. Full automation's not an option. Gotta push it to the end of the rail. Hang tight.
Is he gonna stay here?
You? Is everything alright?
Yeah. It's a heavy bugger.
I wanna help.
Stay put. It's too risky.
That is sad as shit if he stays here.
You?
Time to bring it in.
Wow.
You?
Bad news. This is where we say goodbye. Sorry, Squirt.
No! I want to stay with you!
It's okay. Gonna be okay. Go find this thing.
No! Wait!
Have a safe journey, kiddo.
Jeez, man. Man, that was sad as shit. Oh god. It definitely did what it set out to do. This game was awesome, man. Yeah, so just in case this is copyrighted music, I am gonna turn down the game audio during this part only. Yeah, this game was awesome, man. This was so good. Like the gameplay was fresh. It was very polished. Like there weren't really any downsides to the gameplay. I mean, I would say that when it gets to the point where you have to like cleanse the enemies before you can go in for the kill, it does get a little clunky at that point. But that might just be me complaining over stuff that's not worth complaining about. I mean, yeah, like that story was really fun. Hugh and Diana are a great pair of characters that meshed with each other well. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. Pretty sad ending. The ending does it pretty well, and it ties the game up as this nice sort of self-contained experience. Like there won't really be a sequel to this, I wouldn't imagine, or at the very least not a direct sequel. It's really a philosophy of design which you don't actually see too often nowadays. Like not many games make themselves truly self-contained. There's always some like window of opportunity for a sequel because, you know, if there wasn't, then, you know, what if it does well and you can make even more money by making another. But now this one has very clearly tied itself up and is allowing itself to be a self-contained experience, which is really good to see. You know, it was a nice short game as well. Only about 11 and a half hours of playtime for me. I thought I was going pretty slow and thorough. You know, if you're rushing, then you could even get this one done in like 7 hours, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of waiting to see if there's a post-credit scene. That could be pretty cool. Yeah, that ending, man, it almost got me. I almost shed a manly tear. That's how you know it's good, man. Like, if a game can make you feel something, then it's doing something right. Yeah, an extremely polished game. I'm fairly certain that they delayed this one quite a few times, and it really shows. Like, if you iterate and really work to refine a short 10-hour game, like, it's gonna end up really, really polished. There is a post-credits, okay. We're on Earth, presumably. There we go. She made it. I mean, you gotta wonder, like, what country this would be. Because wouldn't it be unlucky if, you know, she makes it to Earth, but it's just some, like, remote island. So it's like she's doomed anyway. You can see the moon in the distance, yeah. Wow. That was, yeah, so good. New game mode, Unknown Signal. I wonder what that is. The Jackhammer. Some new weapon, presumably. New game plus, yeah, love to see it. Lunatic difficulty. This high-stakes difficulty is for players who want a sense of catharsis. After overcoming a difficult challenge, enemies will be much stronger, and a variety of units can be printed from the start of the game. Completing the story unlocks new weapon functions. Unknown Signal adds new content to your save data just before completing the game. Alright, so there's quite a lot to go on with after you've beaten the game. Alright, well I will leave it there. This was an amazing game, and I will see you in the next one.